There is such a place where mushers are involved in a snowy trail. All this takes place in Alaska, but it all starts in Anchorage, Alaska. This is Iditarod, the last great race on Earth. Racing along the trail, here comes Mary Helwig and Christy Barrington. Mary, a 32-year-old, is ready and is prepared for the race. Christy, a 32-year-old, and the twin of her sister Anna Barrington is also ready. This year, if you win, you get a truck and $50,000 in prizes.
Dallas CV of Willow arrived here in Nome at 2:20 a.m. on Tuesday with 6 hard-charging dogs in harness. Dallas arrived in 8 days, 11 hours, 20 minutes, and 16 seconds, a new Iditarod record. Incredible time.
All the mushers start off with 16 dogs, but along the trail they have to be prepared to lose some. Like Mary Helwig started off with 16 dogs and ended up with the Red Lantern Award, still hanging on to 11 dogs. Also, Christy Barrington started off with 16 dogs too and ended up in 42nd place, still hanging on to 9 dogs. Christy Barrington is a 32-year-old and her hometown is Wasilla, Alaska. Her bib number is 83 and she says that she started mushing at the age of 10, but she has a twin that was born 5 seconds before her. Last year in the Iditarod, her sister beat her by 5 minutes, but this year of 2016, Christy beat her by 5 minutes.
And looks like we got the other one right behind her.
Christy Barrington telling her story about how she started the Iditarod.
Hi, I'm Christy Barrington with Seeing Double Sled Dog Racing and Team Jansen here in Knik, Alaska. We haven't tallied up the miles to date yet. We started in the beginning of August for training the dogs, and that's a little bit earlier than we have been. But everything's going great. We're up to about 30-mile runs and ahead of last year's schedule and anticipation of a bad winter. We're trying to get more miles on the dogs and preparing to travel maybe up to the Denali Highway if necessary. But otherwise, the dogs are looking good and training's been going really nice.
News. This video is about Jeff King talking about his attack outside of Nulato.
I got big problems.
Okay, say that.
Oh yeah. Big problems. I was hit by a snow machine. I have one dead and several hurt in my...
It left two dogs injured and one dog dead.
Iditarod. Campbell Airstrip, Anchorage, Willow, Yetna, Squetna, Finger Lake, Rainy Pass, Roan, Nikolai, McGrath, Takotna, Ophir, Cripple, Ruby, Galena, Nulato, Caltag, Unacleat, Shatulik, Koyuk, Elam, Galeen, White Mountain, Safety, and Nome. This is the Mushers Banquet, and this is showing how much we appreciate our helpers.
This is the Golden Footboard Award. Please welcome race director Mark Dortmund, who will make this presentation for the Outstanding Checkpoint of the Year. First, I want to talk a little bit about all the mushers that were in this race. You know, during our drivers' meeting on the 3rd of March, we talked about the word respect.
Anchorage start route shortened to 3 miles due to lack of snow.
For the Iditarod sled dog race, we learned the ceremonial start will be cut short by a lot.
Iditarod officials say it's only the second time in the past 25 years they've had to make this decision.
Channel 2's Valerie Peebles tells us how that might change your plans to watch the last great race on Saturday. Valerie?
Well, Mike, Maria, patches of grass, that's what you'll find here at Davenport Fields, and only surrounded by ice. Conditions from here on out only get worse, which is why staff said they've decided to make this the end of the ceremonial start. They said
This is Allie Zirkle packing for the Iditarod sled racing. She packs a lot of stuff, but this is just half of what she packs.
It keeps the sled a little more stiff. Runner plastics, this is not mandatory, but if you pull your runner plastics off, and you'll need an extra, it's like a flat tire. If you get a flat tire, you need a spare tire. Here are my spare tires. This is not a first aid kit. It is a first aid kit for my sled. So I've actually got hose clamps, wires, Allen wrench, that kind of a thing in here. So it's a first aid kit in sets. I've got garbage bags in case we go overflow. I've got cable drops so I can stake my dogs out if I need to. This is all where the heat stays, so I can grab it pretty easily. Now I've got food just in case I want to eat out there, and we are very lightweight in our food consumption.
And this is just half of what the mushers bring on their sled. Maybe not even half. This is Dallas Seavey, 4-time winner, Iditarod winner. And he's showing us just the things he brings with his sled. But this is only half. These are some of the supplies you might have seen in the last video. There's a lot of supplies.
Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at some of the gear we take with us on the Iditarod and all our training runs as well, and also how to pack in the sled so it balances the weight and it's easy to get to when you need to on the runs, and you know where everything is when you arrive at the checkpoints. So we'll start with the mandatory equipment that you have to have with you on every long distance dog sled race. One of the most important items is your dog food cooker. This is what we use to melt the snow to boiling water to then feed the dogs. You also have to have with you a sleeping bag. This one I pack it real loose in the bag so it's kind of flexible and bendy, and that way if you have kind of odd shaped gaps in your sled, you can stuff that sleeping bag down in there. Also, you have to have your snowshoes with you at all.
You just heard from the 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013 Iditarod winner. But now we're going to go on to the Iditarod staff, and they're going to show you how much they bring.
It is where all the mushers bring in their food or have it delivered to Airland Transport in Anchorage, and it's their supplies to get them to Nome. You know, we've got 86 competitors this year, and you'll see everybody has their own special little thing they might add, but it's their personal food, everything from fat sources for their dogs, chicken, beaver, horse, a lot of dry food. I think we've seen a change over the years. The commercial food has really stepped up some. You know, I think the average is going to be 1,500 pounds per team times 86. I haven't added it up yet, but it's a lot of weight. You know, we'll have 60, 70 people here throwing these 50-pound bags all day long, and then again tomorrow. There's so much prep. It's not just like, of course, not taking anything away from any other sport, but it's not grabbing your skis and your rifle to go to biathlon. It's not grabbing your teammates in a locker room to go out and play a hockey game or whatever. So it's a lot of work by the individuals, and then they throw it over to us, and then it's our responsibility to get it out there so they can race and take good care of their dogs on the way to Nome.
And that was the staff preparing for the 2016 Iditarod race. Okay, so you heard from the staff, and you've heard for one of the Iditarod winners. But let's hear from Martin Boozer. He is prepared. He's been in the Iditarod for over 5 years. And let's see how he prepares. The bags all around here are being taken into there and being put in his sled and all around the India checkpoints to take some out. It's a lot of food and a lot of water and a lot of supplies to be taken. This is Garrett Stacker reporting, and now heading it off to Sarissa.
This segment will be going over the health, food, and lives of the dogs participating in the 2016 Iditarod.
Those that are really stepping up this year, which kind of always hope for, so they've kind of stepped up, and the core group I've had for quite a while, 5 or 6 years, so it's nice having the younger guys come in, do their part too. Tell me some of those standouts, their names. No, this guy's a 4-year-old. His name's Harpoon. He's really started to shine this year. I need to work him up in the lead, but my old man Clyde's been doing so good up there with Hooch. That they're both older. They're about 8, and they kind of know the game. You know what I mean? And at this point in the game, it's about leading checkpoints. You know, getting on the road and getting going. And these younger guys are. I figure right now Harpoon is better off just kind of learning the ropes from these guys a little bit. So.
Feeding 100 dogs is a major task. First of all, it's not always the same. If it's 40 below, or if it's 40 above, you're going to feed the dogs entirely differently. You're going to need different ratios of fat to protein. You're looking good, bud. Hey, you. Hey, you. Is he putting weight on now?
Yeah.
Good deal. Generally, when it's time to feed the dog, we're going to start by taking a 50-pound block of beef or chicken, cutting it into about 5-pound pieces. You can put those 5-pound pieces in a 5-gallon bucket and add hot water to it so it melts it out and makes kind of a thick soup base. This is how they get their hydration. On top of that, we're going to add their vitamins and about 20 cups of dog food for 10 dogs. And we have all sorts of little additives that go in there. Can't say them all, they're kind of secret what we use. My dad's my biggest competitor. You don't want to share those secrets. Hungry, Blazer? So we kind of have jokingly nicknamed my dad and his kennel the Russians, because they're always trying to steal our secrets.
Alaska Award. The GCI Dorothy G. Page Halfway Award. The Alaska Hotel First Musher to Yukon Award. Wells Fargo Bank Alaska Gold Coast Award. Nome Kennel Club Fastest Time from Safety to Nome Award. Horizon Lanes Most Improved Musher Award. Jerry Austin Rookie of the Year Award. Sportsmanship Award. ExxonMobil Musher Choice Award. Northern Air Cargo Herbie Memorial Award. North Air Cargo 4-Wheeler Award. Golden Clipboard Award. Golden Stethoscope Award. Alaska Airlines Leonhard Sapalo Award. City of Nome Wally Medley Golden Harness Award. Wells Fargo Red Lantern Award.
Last of the last great race.